Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? Street trading here, kicking off another week in the markets. We're starting to wrap up this 2019 trading session. A couple more weeks here left in the markets, kicking off on Monday. What are we? December 16th, 2019. We're going to talk about our weekly watch list for the week 16th through the 20th. Yeah. So let's get into it. So now that we're kind of talking about wrapping up the month here, we're focusing on a handful of securities moving into the rest of the year and kind of blocking out the rest of the noise, focusing on some just significant moves wrapping up the year. So let's briefly talk about last week. Obviously, SPY making another run. We have a 320 price target on SPY that is looking like it's about to get tapped. Pre-market seeing a little bit of push to the upside. So looking for some higher prices today, and we anticipate that 320 to get tapped relatively soon here, maybe in the next couple of days, perhaps even today. But we're seeing a little bit of pre-market push higher. So obviously we don't get too excited about that, as we always see prices fading at the bell. So let the dust settle, and you're gonna see trend form. So let's kick it off here with Netflix. Obviously, Netflix got a downgrade last week from Needham. And it actually held. It it faded lower, but we did see some love going into the end of the week on Thursday and Friday. So we think we're going to see a little reversal. They did the same situation on the trade desk previous week, and they did an upgrade and everything just faded out. So that being said, we're thinking a reversal is happening. We see right through these analysts with their upgrades and downgrades. Obviously, there's a lot of ulterior motives, with positioning for institutional buyers. So we think it's going to reclaim the 300 level here and push prices higher in this week ahead. So we're going to be bullish for Netflix moving into this week's session. Obviously, it's trading to the lower of the 50 and the 200 day on the daily. So we like that. Obviously, it's got to continue to defend this the 50 level, and if so, we can definitely see prices pushing into the low 300s, back into that 310, 311, 312-ish area. Again, 300 needs to get cracked, 300 needs to defend, and if it can defend any pullbacks, then we're definitely going to be bullish hard. Otherwise, we're going to step aside. We're not going to be short in Netflix this week. We're going to be bullish only if it reclaims 300 and any pullbacks to the north side. It's going to continue here with NVDA restart price target last week of 222. We have this obviously trend line, as you can see on the bottom right hand corner, which is our daily chart here. It's up, as you can see, pre-market is definitely gapping up, pushing higher, trading at the 226.50 right now. Not too sure it's going to continue to push higher. Granted, obviously, there's plenty of room to the upside on the daily, no question about it. That being said, it's had quite a nice run throughout the month so far, so we can see some profit taking, some retracement. So we're gonna step aside on NVDA. Obviously, if it gives us opportunity to push higher, we'll definitely mitigate on a nice flag break to the upside. But we anticipate a little bit of sideways for next couple of sessions, and if that's the case, then we're gonna wait for obviously accumulation to subside and wait for the next move. So reached the target last week, so we're good. But again, moving forward this week, obviously it's an uptrend. Clearly, you'd never fight the trend, but we think it's going to be a little bit of a pause before the next round of buying. So bullish overall with NVDA, but definitely need to wait for these guys to settle down a little bit and position for the next move up. So Roku lost the battle last week, as you can see. That 130 that we were talking about, if that level couldn't hold, it flushed to the 130 level, so it's trading at 132, getting a little bit of push upside this morning pre-market, but it definitely lost the battle on the 50-day moving average, which is a pretty significant level. It's coming to the technical level, the 126, 127 level. That being said, you are seeing a little bit of pre-market push to the upside, but that's not really doing anything for us. Obviously it's just positioning for market makers. What's going to happen with the rest of the session today. So right now, we see a little bit of shift. There's a big discrepancy on the sentiment on Roku moving forward. At the end of the day, these guys are a vehicle. They're pushing services from multiple carriers. So they're trying to find their positioning. I mean, they're solidified, who they are and what they do, but they need to kind of carve out that niche for investor sentiment. So, this is the fact that it's kind of, had a significantly down week last week. Closed down almost 7 points, so a little over 7 points on Friday. So that being said, we're not going to be touching Roku right now until it finds a nice stable support level to hold. So again, this 130, 125 level, we need to see this basing out, right? So once we do, if we do, then we'll step in. But we're not looking to flush this thing down to that 120 level. It gives us opportunity perhaps, but our focus is going to be on Roku this week until it finds some nice support level and pushing prices higher. Shopify had a nice solid run to the upside last week. Obviously Friday as well, closed up, just north of 13.5 points. And it's pretty much just consolidating all day after hours on Friday, and this morning not too much going on. So, obviously 400 price target is very realistic. That number's in a lot of guys' heads. So, you're not gonna see a rocket ship straight to that level, but we do see some dancing before it reaches. We are still bullish on Shopify. We don't think it deserves to be up here. That's irrelevant. Technically, price action is telling you that it's in an uptrend. So, whether you think this company belongs in these prices or not, completely irrelevant, right? You trade what the market gives you. At the end of the day, the market is pushing higher. So we do definitely have a 400 price target on this thing. We're 14 points away. And that being said, it's going to give us a nice opportunity. Clearly, it almost reached it. You have a ATR of 16 points, so we can reach it today. I'm not sure it's going to push another, 14 points today, but who knows with Shopify. Had a nice big day, obviously, on Friday. We see a little bit of consolidation for the next run up. So 400 price target for this week in Shopify. Tesla's pushing higher as well. As you can see from the end of October, still bullish on this thing despite what everybody feels about the Cybertruck release, about the orders and all these things. It's defying all odds, right? At the end of the day, so wouldn't be surprised if this thing also touches 400 this week, or even before the end of the year for that matter. Not this week. That's kind of a little bit advantageous, but we think that these guys are still going to continue to push higher. Obviously, you can see after hours on Friday subsided a little bit. Pre-market getting some nice institutional buying. So that being said, we definitely going to continue, having a bullish sentiment on Tesla. Any pullbacks, definitely going to step in and mitigate to the north side. But we're definitely going to be pushing higher. 100% bullish on Tesla for this week. Trade desk closed up 6 points, just north of 6 points on Friday. Put in a nice base. It's holding, the 245, 246 level quite nicely. It needs to continue. It's basing out. All last week was kind of a consolidation week, a little of an accumulation week. And if we continue to hold these numbers, we can definitely see a push to the upside to this 265, 270 level. So, there's definitely a lot of meat on the bone. These guys obviously have a 12-point ATR, so reaching that number this week is definitely realistic. However, it needs to defend any pullbacks at least to that 240 level. So right now it's trading 252. We have a 265, 270 price target on these guys if it can defend this support level. So if it does, look for prices to push higher. We like that the 50 is about to cross over the 200-day on the daily, which is a nice bullish signal as well. So look for prices to push higher on the trade desk this week. So wrapping it up, guys, getting close to the end of the year here. Obviously holiday trading is a little bit different. There's always plenty of volume, in most securities around the board. All sectors. Obviously, you had some good news that the China U.S. Phase 1 trade deal got solidified on Friday, confirmed. Obviously, everything's going to be signed in January, but they're moving on to Phase 2. So it's good news, right? Good news. So we should see some continued buying this week going into the last week of the year. So bullish across the board this week. Obviously, Roku going to take a step back, check what's going on. Netflix needs to, reclaim that 300 level. But again, we're going to be bullish in the markets until the trend changes. Don't fight the trend. All right, guys, as always, reach out to us. Any questions, don't forget to hit the subscribe button not to miss any of our trading videos. All right, have a good week. Any question, reach out. See you. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our trading videos.